year. And of course, Mischief Reef. It used to be practically underwater, but now they have this big real estate. And all told, we are talking, I understand, of about 3,600 hectares, much bigger than the existing reclamation area in Manila Bay. And once they complete this, look at what they can do here, what they can do in the South China Sea. It can become a frontline outpost for logistic functions. They can improve their area denial capability, maritime coercion, and they can position all kinds of the military aircraft, fighters, bombers, unmanned aerial vehicles can be deployed there. Aircraft, stronghold for anti-access area denial, the A2AD, which is very familiar to military people. And then some people are worried that they might also declare an aerial defense identification zone in the South China Sea, just like what they did in the East China Sea, and that will make things really very, very complicated. This is our own, once they have a base there with a 1,000 kilometer radius, they will control, they cover the entire Philippines, the entire Borneo, practically all of Vietnam. And this is going to be a game changer the moment they position a flanker like the J-11 here. And look at their master plan for the area. This is better than the NAIA facility. And here's an article from the National Interest. This is a huge airplane of the Chinese. And what is more worrisome is that they can position their much feared Dongfeng 21D hypersonic missile, the so-called carrier killer, like that, and just to demonstrate the offense and of course, the defense that the U.S. Navy can do. I'll show you this.
The U.S. Navy believes China's Dongfeng 21D carrier-killer missile has reached initial operating capability. According to state-run media, China would attack an American carrier with 3 salvos of the missile. The first would pierce the hull, start fires, and shut down the flight deck. The second would knock out the engine and be accompanied by air attacks. The third would sink the carrier. The Navy would seek to disable the 21 piece during all phases of its trajectory. Missile defense cruisers could shoot it down. Electronic warfare aircraft could jam it. The missile could also be tricked into thinking the carrier is somewhere it's not.
That's the thing that could happen. Very, very frightening, very worrisome. And we just discovered, and this was reported by the networks, that there is a survey ship already in the vicinity of Recto Bank. And I think that is the next target after Ayungin. That's why they're so active in the Ayungin area, because the next step is the Recto Bank. It's about 8,000 square kilometers. This is quite a big area, very rich in natural resources, of course, territory, natural gas, etc. There. Of course, the government is trying to implement an AFP modernization program. In my opinion, a very good defense capability upgrade would be a very good defense capability upgrade would be the acquisition immediately of second-hand frigates. If we order brand new, it will take about 3 to 4 years. Baka patay na yung kabayo by the time dumating sila. Missile boats, missile-capable, multi-purpose attack, craft impact. The Navy is already doing this, but I think that is not enough. And land-based missiles. This is the Maestrale. The government in 2012 reported that they were acquiring 2 second-hand Maestrale frigates from Italy. And this was supposed to be delivered 2013, 2 years ago. But for some reason, they canceled this and they decided to instead order 2 brand new. Pero awa ng Diyos, hanggang ngayon hindi pa na-approve yung, hindi pa na-bid out ito, and we'll be lucky to have the frigates maybe in about 3-4 years from now. This is an example of a missile boat in Iran. This is the Hayabusa missile boat that I think will be very ideal. And of course, land-based missiles like the BrahMos or the ones made in Israel. Ito yung na-cancel na frigate ng Maestrale. Very good system. The government ordered a dozen FA-50. 2 of them will be delivered before the end of the year, and the rest by 2017. I understand. This is the controversial cancellation of the shore-based missile system that a lot of people, including myself, have found quite disappointing, because this would have served as a very good anti-access area denial system to defend the West Philippine Sea. But the government decided instead to buy more helmets, vests, etc., etc. This is what a missile can do to protect the West Philippine Sea. If you're an area commander, a ship commander, you'd be worried about this missile instead of worrying about helmets deep inland. So I feel that there's an urgent need for the development of a Philippine credible defense capability in the Philippines, again, using the systems that I mentioned. Of course, another one is EDCA that is now pending in the Supreme Court. If this will become operational, this will help us develop the coalition deterrence that we need so much against the Chinese Navy. It is what they have. They have plenty of aircraft and destroyers. Of course, we have the U.S. as part of the coalition, the United States Navy. They're coming out with this by next year. This is a huge, very modern destroyer. High-tech ito, the Zumwalt. Japan is part of the potential alliance. They have a very modern military with helicopter carriers that are convertible to fix the aircraft carriers, submarines, destroyers, and they're ordering 42 F-35. If these 42 F-35A planes are will be delivered, and the schedule is 2016 next year, this is a game changer in the East China Sea area. The Chinese would not be able to match the F-35. India is also very capable military. They have 2 aircraft carriers. They have control of the Indian Ocean, and can blockade the Chinese Navy in the Indian Ocean, blockade the Chinese trade in the Indian. Australia is there also. Australia already issued a warning about the ongoing reclamation. Vietnam is there, and they just took delivery of 2 or 3 of the 6-kilo class submarines from Russia. These submarines can wreak havoc on the PLA Navy in the South China Sea. And they have Sukhoi aircraft and submarines already, and this is the strategic triangle. A few months ago, on social media, I proposed that we should offer Pag-asa Island to the United States Navy and convert this into a more modern facility, and even make it available for US aircraft, so that the Pag-asa Island can cut off what they're building in the Johnson South Reef, as well as position itself in a possible development in Scarborough Shoal, and of course supplement or complement whatever facilities we're going to have in the Ulugan area, in Palawan, in Subic, in Clark, etc., etc. Of course, we have the ITLUS, We have the boycott campaign started by the Pinoys for Good Governance, and we're doing this in the Philippines also. And we are focusing on garments because it is in garments where we can find substitutes. There are so many made in the Philippines garments, as well as garments made in Vietnam, made in Indonesia, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, India, and other friendly countries. Because every time we spend $1 to buy made in China garments, maybe 10 cents of $1 will be sent back to us by way of aircraft, destroyers, and missiles. There's the boycott movement in the United States. And I'd like to, before I end, this is a bestseller right now, The 100-Year Marathon, authored by Michael Pillsbury. And Michael Pillsbury talked about the Chinese program of influencing the US political process. Imagine that, as early as 1996, they were already doing that. They were not that wealthy yet. And they have this report that major Chinese embassies formed friendship committees to track individuals in the United States. Business leaders, key politicians, media figures in each of the national capital, and situating them on a spectrum ranging from friendly to hostile. So the Chinese refer to those considered sympathetic as China's dear friends. This was as early as 1996. If they could do that in the United States, I'm very sure that they're attempting to do that here in the Philippines also, in order to influence our political process. So we have to look out for China's dear friends in the Philippines. And of course, I'd like to end by announcing that on August 31, this is National Heroes Day. This is a holiday. The coalition led by Marcha, movement and alliance to resist China's aggression, will be having a global day of prayer for peace and victory in the West Philippine Sea. This is on the eve of what we expect will be the time that the Arbitral Tribunal will be making a decision on the first step, and that will be on the question of jurisdiction. Kailangan natin ipagdasal yan, kasi pag natalo tayo doon, then that's it. But if we win in that first step, then we go to the next step.